to The Blodgett Show. My name is Chris. I'm your host, and you are listening to this week's episode of Storytime Friday.
Hey guys, welcome to another week of Storytime Friday. For anybody who's new to this podcast, my name is Chris. I'm your host, and every week on Tuesdays we have what I like to call Real Talk Tuesday, and then every Friday, as a writer and a storyteller, and this is both a Real Talk and storytelling podcast, Fridays are Storytime Friday. So if you like what you hear, definitely come back and check us out each week. Tune in. Anybody who's a writer or storyteller, if you have stories that are written that you'd like featured on this show, send me an email to blodgettshowpodcast@gmail.com. And obviously, as long as it's an appropriate story, it's not like, sexual, whatever. Appropriate for a live audience or for a on the air or whatever. It could be featured on the show. So again, just send your stories to blodgettshowpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on social media, on Instagram at Blodgett Show Podcast. And anybody who wants to support the show, please go to blodgettshow.com/support. But without any further ado, let's get into the story. Again, welcome to Storytime Friday. This week's story is called Moving Scam. Christian and Megan and their kids, Rose and Zoe, were working on relocating from a modest-sized town in the southeast and moving up to the far northeast. Christian had actually gotten a really big bonus and was really excited because he figured with that money he would be able to actually help his family accomplish the things they wanted. So as soon as that deposit had hit, he immediately started researching moving companies and trying to get estimates and quotes. He had never done anything like this before. He had always tried to move himself in previous moves by renting the typical rental trucks and renting the dollies and boxes and all the other fun stuff that normally comes with trying to complete a move yourself. But this time around, after having been living in the southeast or the extreme south for at least 10 years, and always having had, really dreaded moves in the past because of how much physical work it is, he'd figured when he got that bonus that he might as well try to make things a little bit easier this time around and hire an actual company to come and do it. As he was sitting there in their pickup truck, parked in the Lowe's parking lot, his kiddo, Zoe, sitting in the passenger seat, Christian scrolling through on his phone. "Hey Dad, what are you looking up?" Zoe said. "Oh kiddo, I'm just checking out some of these I'm just doing a search for some of these moving companies to see, since we got approved for that rental house up there, we have a moving date scheduled for 4 months from now. I'm just trying to get ahead of the game and see what we can do. Oh, we're hiring movers? Zoe said. That's the plan, Christian said, looking over at his kiddo and smiling. Looks back at his phone. But the only thing is, he continued, we've always only moved ourselves, like renting trucks and whatnot. And you remember how much of a pain it was last time, right, kiddo? Yeah, Dad, really sucked. I mean, you were pretty young at that point yet. Yeah, but I still remember, Zoe said. Well, I'm sure you do, Christian said. But I figure I got this bonus at my job, and of course I'm transferring up. Thankfully I'm transferred to one of their offices up there where we're moving to. So I'm not having to get a new job, but I'm just trying to get ahead of the game and maybe make things a little bit easier. That sounds good, Zoe said. So did you find anything interesting, Dad? Christian looked back at his phone and squinted a little bit. Well, I mean, I'm seeing some good price estimates here, and actually, I just submitted my information on this one site, and oh, look at that, my phone. He said as his phone all of a sudden started buzzing. Hello, he said, answering the call. On the other line, he could hear a young man's voice. Good afternoon, sir. Yeah, hey, Christian said. What can I do for you? Christian said. Hi, sir. My name is Zach. I am a representative with Starfleet Moving Company. Starfleet Moving Company, Christian said. Are you serious? Yeah, I know, we get that all the time, Zach said. But has nothing to do with like Star Trek or whatever. But for some reason, the owners of the company, they had a sense of humor. So yeah, Starfleet, but literally it's like not all one word. It's like two words, star, and then fleet. But it's meant it's kind of like a play on words, if you know what I mean. Not really, Christian said. How is it a play on words? Well, Zach said, because we have a fleet of trucks, and we consider ourselves a star moving company. So, okay. Christian said, that's interesting. So, like, what can I do for you? Zach from looks over at Zoe and puts it on speaker, so that Zoe can hear, but then motions to her with a finger to his lips, like, just listen, don't say anything. So what can I do for you, Zach from, and he looks over at Zoe again, Starfleet Moving. And Zoe looks over at him and kind of like squints, and then kind of gets this look on her face, like, what the hell? Christian just grins and shakes his head, like, don't worry about it. Well, sir, Zach says, I just got your request for information, and basically, like, do you know how big of a house you're, like, are you moving, like, when are you looking to move, sir? Christian said, we're looking at actually, like, the next couple months, like, it's like February right now, and we're looking to move in June. I figured, I just got a bonus from work, and I'm trying to plan ahead, Oh, very good, sir, very good, Christian said. So, how big of a house will you be moving, sir? Is it a house or an apartment? It's a apartment, Christian said. Oh, very good, sir. So, how many, like roughly, like, just gonna ask you some questions, so that way we can try to determine, like, the size of your place, and how, like, to get an estimate on how much, like how big of a truck you need, and like if we need to help you pack, all that fun stuff. But so how big of an apartment is it? Like how many bedrooms are we talking? Christian again. It's 3 bedrooms. It's a townhome. It's a 2-story. No garage. We have like usual stuff like the kitchen table, air fryer, washer dryer. Okay, Zach said, what about the rest of the house, like, or the rest of the apartment? What do you got? What other big stuff do you have? Well, we have a dining room table that's, you know, and then Zach chimed in. So you have a dining room table and a kitchen table, so 2 tables? Yes, sir, Christian said. Okay, very good, Zach. So what else? Well, we have an armoire, we have a couple more cabinets, you know, in the dining room, and there's a deep freeze, like a chest freezer. Okay, Zach said. Go on. Christian continued. And we have, in our front room, we have like 2 couches. We have an entertainment center. We have a 54-inch flat screen TV. Little things like PlayStation, you know, Nintendo Switch, all that fun stuff. Okay. Zach said, any other big items in the front room? Christian continued. We have a couple of cabinets that look kind of like narrow bookshelves. It's just tall. It's like probably about 2 foot wide and about 5 feet tall, and it's basically got like 5 small compartments that are probably like a foot, like 1 foot by 1 foot. They're little, almost look like you put like a bag in there or whatever. Okay, Zach said. I think like I'm envisioning it now. I think I know roughly kind of how you're describing it based on just your description. All right, so like any other big items on the first floor, sir? Christian took a deep breath and thought for a second. Well, no, there's a little like a side table type cabinet or whatever right by the front door. We have a closet down there on the first floor that has a grill, because we weren't allowed to have our grill on the back patio. Oh, I see, Christian. Zach said, like, how big is this grill? It's actually pretty big, Christian said. It's one of those that, you know, has the burners on the side, you know, and it has like the panel on one side and burners on the other side, and then it has the main grill, and of course has cabinets underneath where the propane tank is. I gotcha, Zach said. Okay, so what else? Is there anything else big in that closet? We have a couple small pieces of furniture in there, Christian said, but not anything too major, you know. Okay, good, Zach said. All right, so is that everything for the main floor? Christian thought for a minute. It's all the big stuff. I mean, we just have. Then after that, it's just little stuff, you know, like we have like a coffee table and, you know, obviously small knickknacks and whatnot that we're gonna box up or whatever. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to ask you, Zach said. Are you wanting to use the movers to also have you pack, or are you planning to pack yourself? We're planning to pack ourselves, Christian said. Oh, okay, very good. Okay, so you said this is two floors, right? Zach said. That's correct, Christian said. The second floor are basically the bedrooms. There's 3 bedrooms up there. Each bedroom has one bedroom. The master bedroom has a king size bedroom set. King size bed, headboard, footboard, side tables, 2 or 3 dressers in there. And then of course there's a entertainment center in that room as well that has a 54-inch TV. Oh, so another entertainment center, Zach said. That's correct, Christian said. Okay, Zach said, what else? Basically in that room, stop for a minute. He goes, actually, that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's just small stuff that's probably gonna have to get boxed up and, you know, stuff like that. Oh, okay, very good, Zach said. So there's 2 other bedrooms up there, correct? That's correct, Christian said. So those other 2 rooms both have one has a queen bedroom set. You know, queen bed, headboard, footboard, 2 dressers, side table, and then just a bunch of small items. Obviously, they'll be boxed up by us or whatever. Okay, very good, Zach said. What about the other room? That room also has a queen bedroom set, queen bed, headboard, footboard, side table, dresser. There's a little. That's actually my oldest kiddo, Rose. She has a little. I don't even know how to describe it. Kind of, Christian said, thinking for a second. He looks over at Zoe. Hey, what would you say that that rectangular like cabinet thing that Rose got at Goodwill? Like, what is that made out of? Zoe was like, looks over at him, like, you mean that thing that has the front little panels on it, front doors or whatever, that's like up to our knee, like only up to our like our knees or whatever? Yeah, yeah. Like, what would you call that? Like a straw chest or something? Zoe was like, yeah, I guess. So Christian, looked back at the phone. Yeah, kind of like a straw chest, kind of. It's pretty light, but it's about like 3 feet long, 2 foot wide, or yeah, 2 foot wide, and it basically has like it's a little storage cabinet kind of that my kiddo got from Goodwill or whatever. Oh, okay, but not too big and bulky or heavy, pretty much. Zach said. No, not at all. Christian said. All right. So like, anything else decent size in that other bedroom? Zach said. No, Christian said. That's pretty much it. Other than that, it's just small items, stuff that's to get boxed up. Couple of game systems up on the second floor. Like other Nintendos and PlayStations and stuff for those. And then of course Switches and whatnot. But other than that, you know. Okay, very good, Zach said. All right, so I think we've covered the whole house, and I think I have an estimate here. It's gonna be like the estimate is gonna be like $3,200 for the full service move. Obviously, it'll be higher than that if you want them to pack for you. But you said you're gonna pack yourself, correct? Zach said. It's correct, Christian said. We're gonna pack ourselves, so that actually doesn't sound like that bad of a quote. I was expecting it to be higher. Oh yeah, well we do our best to try to get you a very fair and honest rate, Zach said. So yeah, it would be $3,200, and we do, in order for us to like schedule for actually to put you on the books, we do require a $1,500 or a 50% deposit up for, on at the time of scheduling it. Would you be prepared to take care of that now so we can get you scheduled? Because if we, I don't want you to miss this rate. Christian looked over at Zoe and then thought for a second. And he said, "Well, can I talk to the wife first and get back to you? Because like that's a lot of money to pay right now, like right off the bat." Zach's like, "Of course, absolutely. But I just need to make you aware that unfortunately, if you wait too long, that rate could go up because that time of the year is peak moving season." Zach said. So if like that rate could be higher, and that would mean that you have to pay a higher deposit. Oh, I gotcha, Christian said. Well, crap, he said, looking around and kind of thinking to himself. Well, I really I'm trying to plan ahead, and this sounds like a really good deal. So let's go ahead and do it. What information do you need? Well, Zach said, I would just need basically a bank routing and account number, and I mean, we could do it on a credit or on a card, but then they charge like an extra fee. It's like so much percentage on it, so it's better to do it with a routing and account number to take it electronically that way. And that way, you'd be scheduled, and then you have up until, or and you get like if you decide within like the next like 3 weeks. After once you pay your deposit, if you just change your mind within the next 3 weeks, you can actually get a full refund. But of course, obviously, there's no refund if it gets close to the date and then you cancel. Oh, I understand. Christian said. Okay, so all right, yeah, let's do it. So on the other end, he hears Zach hitting a couple keys. And then, Christian, of course, sitting there, not hearing anything on the other end. Zach, you still there? Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm just opening up the right screen so I can go ahead and schedule your date. Did you know a specific date in June that you wanted to move? Yes. Our moving date's on the 6th, and so we want to literally be moved by the 5th. Like be out of the apartment we're currently in by the 5th. Understood. Zach said. So So yeah, I'm ready whenever. Just whenever you're ready, go ahead and give me that information. All right, Christian said as he gave him the routing and account number. Alrighty, sir. Zach said, "You're all set. We have you booked. Um, I know you want to be out on the 5th, so basically it's a two-day thing. So that basically you're scheduled for the 4th and the 5th, or for the 3rd and the 4th, and that way you're out by the 5th." Christian goes, "Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, I guess that works, you know." But yeah, that sounds good. Thank you so much, Zach, for all your help. No problem, sir. Thank you for talking or for contacting and Starfleet movers, and we appreciate your business, and we look forward to working with you. Absolutely, thank you, sir. Christian says, hanging up. Looks over at Zoe, and Zoe looks back over at him. Wow, Dad, $1,600. Christian shrugs. Well, I mean, we're trying to get out of here, so if going this route makes it less of a stressful moving experience for us to get out of here than our past moving experiences, then hey, I'm willing to do it. Okay, makes sense. So I guess even though we have a couple months, I guess we should go ahead and start getting boxes and start working on packing stuff up. Take our time packing, right? Zoe says, looking over at her dad. Yeah, you're right. And we're already here at Lowe's. I was here looking for tape, but I guess we could go in and actually start getting boxes too. So they went into the store and got what supplies they needed. Picked up what they were gonna pick up previously, but also got some packing tape. Picked out a bunch of boxes. Zoe looks over at her dad. Wow, these boxes are freaking expensive, Dad. Yeah, you're telling me. I wonder if we can get them cheaper, Christian said, because a dozen boxes for like $75 is that's insane, Christian says. But we're here. Might as well. I'm gonna go and get some, and then we'll pack up what we can, and maybe I'll look at Walmart or something, see if we can get some boxes for cheaper, or see what we can do. Yeah, that sounds good, Dad. Because I'm glad you're paying, because I wouldn't want to be buying boxes at this rate. Yeah, kiddo. Welcome to being an adult, right? Well, I'm not an adult yet, Dad. Zoe says, grinning. Yeah, so someday though. Yeah, but Dad, I'll have you and Mom to help me pack though. You got jokes, kiddo, he said, tussling her hair. Stop it, Dad. You just messed up my hair. Oh, sorry, kiddo. All right, so let's go. Let's go ahead and grab these boxes and let's go check out. So, over the next few months, Christian and Zoe and Megan and Rose, bit by bit, brought boxes into the apartment, and were packing up different rooms of packing up different things that they could do without, that they didn't have to worry about having it out and using it. And as they worked their way through the apartment, and as the time ticked even closer to the moving date, half their apartment was boxed up. A week out, Christian got a call from Starfleet Movers. Hey, is this Christian? Yes, it is. Who's this? Hi, I'm Tony. I work with Zach. And I'm the logistics coordinator here, and I wanted to just touch base with you and confirm that the dates are still the dates that you want to move. We're looking at June 4th or June 3rd and 4th, right? You want to be out by the 5th, is what I have here. That's correct, Christian said. Alrighty, yeah. The movers themselves, they will be in touch with you. Either them or us, we'll be in touch with you within 48 hours of that date, and to let you know like when you can expect them to be there. That sounds great, Christian said. All right, and again, you don't need any help packing or anything, Tony said. Nope, absolutely not, Christian said. All right, cool. So we'll be in touch, sir. 48 hours away from the move, and Christian had already taken off some time from work, to prepare for the move and to transfer up to the far northeast. And his wife Megan had already given notice at her job and worked her last day, so they were focusing on just trying to pack things up in the apartment, get ready for the move. And as they packed things up, of course, tension and stress was high because, they'd been in this place for 10 years. They had built lots of memories in this house. They lost some of their fur kiddos in the house, in the apartment, some of their fur babies, some of their pets. And, the kids had gone through a lot of school grades and that, living down there. And it was a very emotional time for the whole family. Christian came around the corner and saw Megan sitting at the kitchen table looking at a picture. "What you doing, babe?" Christian said. Megan looked up at him, startled. "Oh, hey. Oh, babe. Dad, you made me jump." "Oh, sorry, babe," Christian said. It's fine," Megan said. "It's just looking at this photo here," she said, holding it up kind of so he could see. "Oh, I remember that," Christian said. "Yeah," Megan said. "It's like, I know this is going to be good for us. I know that I know this is the right move for us to make. Because we're trying to go somewhere where like housing costs, for the kind of house, the size house that we want, whenever we do become homeowners, we just can't afford it down here. And I know that up there it's a lot better. So I know it's going to be better for us," she continued. "But it's just, obviously it's sad because we've been here for a long time now. Well, it's been like 10 years, hasn't it?" "Yeah, about that," Christian said. Megan continued. "So, I mean, it's like, we've had friends come and go down here. We've lost some of our two oldest cats that we had. We lost them down here. It's just, it's just sad," she said, looking at and she wiped a tear from her eye. Christian came over and put a hand on her shoulder. "Yeah, I know, babe. I know. Like, I love it here too, and I don't want to leave either. And I'm really nervous about going up there. I'm just nervous about the move in general, like going up there." "You are?" Megan said. "Why are you nervous?" Christian took a deep breath and sighed. "Well, because it's just it's a completely fresh start. It's like you know how I am," he said. I don't really like big change. Like I've been at this company for years, and if we weren't moving up there, I don't know if I would stay with the company because, I mean, you've kind of seen how my manager is down here. It's like I've never. It's like sometimes I get the projects that I want to get, but there's a lot of times that I don't, and I just have, I've had like I cut my salary on some months because of, not like other people getting the projects that I'm supposed to get. Megan sighed. Yeah, you're right. So you think it'll be better up there?" Christian, squeezed her shoulder. "I mean, it can't be any worse. I figured, like, at least it's something for me to transfer up that way, and if it's not any better, I can look for something different up there. But at least I have something, like a job to go to," he said. "Well, that's true," Megan said. "Versus like me, I'm technically unemployed, and gonna be unemployed when we first get up there." "Yeah, but you'll find something," Christian said. "I know," Megan said. It's just I don't like not like I've had a job. Even when we moved, when we came down here, I immediately had a job when we came down here because we visited before, and I put in applications before we moved, and I got an interview immediately when we came down." "Well, yeah, but that'll happen up there too," Christian said. "You think so? Megan said. Absolutely, babe. You're amazing. Any company will be lucky to hire you. Oh, you're so sweet, babe. Megan said. I said, I'm just speaking the truth, Christian said. Yeah, Megan said. So babe, Christian said, let's just relax and stuff. It's gonna be fine. Like I know I need to chill out and not stress about, the transferring jobs up there, and I just gotta tell myself that working up there in the same job that I'm gonna actually get the projects I'm supposed to get, and that I'm gonna make the salary that I'm supposed to make, and that you're gonna have a better job, and the kids are gonna be happy, and everything's gonna work out. Yeah. I think you're right, Megan. I think we just need positivity. That's pretty much it. Yeah, pretty much, babe, Christian said. So 48 hours prior to the move, Christian's phone rings and he recognizes the number. The caller ID popped up. Starfleet. Christian laughed to himself. I forgot to tell you. He said, looking over at Megan. Tell me what, Megan said. And he showed his phone to her as the call was coming through, and she was, does that really say Starfleet? Yep, Christian said. That's the name of the moving company, Starfleet Movers. Are you shitting me, babe? Megan says, no, I'm serious. Like, when I first talked to them, I had Zoe in the car with me, and even she was laughing. But, they insisted that they had nothing to do with, like, the Star Trek or whatever, and it's just literally because they have a fleet, and they figured they're a star moving company, blah, 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 That is funny shit, Megan said. Are you going to answer it? Oh, yeah, said hitting accept on the call. Hello, Starfleet Movers. How are you? Oh, good evening, sir. Hey, it's Tony again. I'm just checking in with you. We're within that window 48 hours before your scheduled date. Are we still good to go? Yes, sir, Christian said. All right, cool. So the movers, they are actually on a job right now, but they're going to be heading your direction tomorrow. But they said they would actually be to your guys' apartment at like 10 a.m. on the 3rd. Will that work? That should work, Christian said. We're just finishing doing, obviously we're still packing and stuff, but we should, both of us are off work now. The kids are out of school. So we're just packing up and getting ready for them. Oh, that sounds great, Tony said. So they'll be there at 10 a.m. on the 3rd, and if there's any delay, they'll obviously call you, whatever. But just basically be prepared for the call. Sounds good, Tony. Thank you so much. Looking forward to getting this all over with and stuff. Absolutely, sir, Tony said. Looking forward to us working with you. Have a good day. You too, sir. As I disconnected the call. So, on the night of the 2nd, all 4 of them were continuing to pack. Christian had gone to the store multiple times and gotten more boxes. And as they were packing stuff and going through things, they even were finding things that they felt that they could probably donate. So they were boxing those up and making multiple trips to the to Goodwill to donate items that they didn't figure they would need anymore. And every time they went to Goodwill, as they donated stuff, they would then walk through and they would end up finding a couple items that they felt, oh wow, that would be really cool to have actually. Like we could use one of those. And then buying more items and taking them home even when they're donating other items. So the night before the movers were set to arrive, they were boxing things up, clearing out the bathrooms and putting everything in boxes, getting things ready to go. And the whole family was up until 2:30 in the morning boxing things up. And by this point, Megan had already passed out from exhaustion, so she was asleep. Christian was still boxing things up in the bedroom, and had felt like he'd been awake for about 15 hours at that point. It was like went out from the master bedroom into the other rooms to talk to the kids. How's it coming in here, guys? He said to both of them. Oh man, I mean, mostly packed up. They both said. It's just there's a lot, it's just a lot. But man, I'm tired, Dad. Rose said. Yeah, me too, Dad. Zoe said. Well, girls, why don't we go ahead and let's call it a night? They're gonna be here in the morning, and we could, obviously, like I'm gonna get up at like 6:30 or 7 to go hit Walmart and pick up some more boxes and some more tape, and hopefully we can be out of here. Hopefully we can be out of here, tomorrow early evening or whatever. I've already got the hotel down the street booked, for us to stay at after we move out of here, and we can stay at that hotel and leave the next morning to take off north. Oh, Dad, I'm looking forward to this because this is overwhelming. Zoe said. Yeah, no. That's truer words never spoken, Dad. Rose said. Yeah, girls, I know. I'm exhausted too. But Dad, you said that you're getting up at 7. Zoe said. Yeah, pretty much. Christian said. But that's like 3.5 hours, Dad. Are you sure you're gonna be okay? Because like you need your sleep. Well, we got to get out of here, kids. So I'm gonna get up and go out there, and maybe I'll bring some breakfast back here or whatever. Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and get to bed, guys. All right. So they stopped what they were doing, and everybody went to bed. The next morning, Christian went to Walmart to pick up boxes, which he got 24 more boxes. And when he saw the prices of them compared to what he bought at Lowe's, he was amazed. A dozen boxes at Lowe's cost him $75. He got 24 boxes at Walmart for probably like $20, $25. It's like $1 something per box. Holy shit, he thought to himself. Looking at the prices, guys, this can't be right. Hey, sir, can I ask you a question? He says, hollering across the aisle at a worker that was crouched down putting stuff on shelves. Yes, absolutely, sir. What can I do for you? He said. Are these prices correct here? He points at the price of the boxes. Yeah. Why do you ask? Christian, looked at the boxes, looked at the prices, and looked back at the worker. Well, because I bought like a dozen boxes at Lowe's, and they were like $70. Like, it was like $3.50 or $4 a box almost. And here these like $1 something. It's like 20. It's like 25 for like this or it's like $30 here for these 24 boxes. So like what, even like $1.10 or $1.20 a box or whatever. The worker looked at the prices and looked back at Christian. Yep, that's that's because there's nothing really special about these boxes. They're just they're just basic boxes. Obviously we have ones over there. He points up down. Like those ones are like $3 a box, but those are just more like name brand boxes. Nothing better about them. The worker said, "You'd be better off getting these ones." He said, pointing at the boxes that Christian was holding. Well, I appreciate your honesty, Christian said. So yeah, thank you. I'll go ahead and get these ones. So he picks up the boxes and 2 rolls of tape and some like a big roll of bubble wrap. Looks at the bubble wrap, and he's like, looks at the measurements on it, because the roll he was grabbing was at least 2 foot wide, and it said it had at least 100 yards, or like 300. I guess when you looked at the measurements, kind of squinted for a minute and thought, I was like, oh man, 300 feet of bubble wrap. Huh, okay, that's a lot. Okay. Because I know we have stuff we have to wrap, he said to himself. All right, so we grabbed that, put that in the cart. I think that's everything, he thought to himself. All right, so wheeled his cart up to the front and paid for everything. And on his way home, he thought, you know what? I'm gonna run through Sonic and get burritos for the fam because like the movers will be here. It's like 8 o'clock now. The movers will be here in 2 hours. You know, I'm gonna get home and start going through and boxing stuff again and just get everything ready to go. On his way over to Sonic, his phone goes off and it's a New Jersey number. He's like, who the hell is this? He says, looking at his phone. But he thought, well, it might be the movers, so, hello? Yes, sir. I'm looking for, Christian. Yeah, this is him. Who's calling? Yes, sir. My name is Mo with Planetary Moving Service. Really? Christian said. So, are you part of, the Starfleet Movers? Well, we're a separate company, sir. But my name is Mo. But we're actually we work with them. They contracted out to us. They're the broker, and we're the movers working with them. Oh, Christian said, that's interesting. Okay, I thought they were the actual movers. No, sir. Mo said, it's it's just basically they contracted out to us, and then I've got my me and my partner, we're on our way to you, but we're actually a little bit delayed. It's probably not. We'll probably be there by like 3. Christian paused. But I was told you guys would be here by like 10. Like we're packing up and we're trying to get out by tonight. Like how long will you take for like how long will you take to actually pack us up and move us? Mo said, it should take about maybe like 5 hours to get you guys loaded up. Really? Christian said, okay, that sounds good. So about 3 o'clock, he said, yep, that's correct, Mo said. So, but yeah, we'll call you or I'll call you or text you or whatever if there's any other issues. But yeah, we'll see you at 3. Thank you so much for using Planetary Moving Service, an affiliate with Starfleet Movers, and we will see you at 3. Copy that, sir. Thank you very much, Christian said, hanging up the call. As he continued driving over towards Sonic, he was like thinking to himself, it's like, well, these names of these companies are really interesting, to say the least, he said. But okay, 3 o'clock, I guess. Well, man, that sucks. So he gets on the group chat, text message with his family. And he hits record on the voice clip. Hey y'all, so I just heard from the movers. They're actually not going to get here till 3. I wish they would have told us that sooner because I would have fucking slept in. He said, but anyway, guys, he continued in the voice clip. I'm going through Sonic now. I'm getting us all burritos. I got boxes, packing tape. I got bubble wrap, so we should be good to go. And since they're coming here at 3, hopefully we can have a lot done before they get here. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys are sleeping well. I wish I was sleeping, he said, kind of mumbling to himself. But I will see you guys in a bit, he said, sending the voice clip. After he got their burritos, he headed home. And by that point, Megan and the kids were already waking up. He walked in each room and handed each one of them a burrito. He's like, here you go, guys. Brought food. I come with breakfast. Oh, awesome, Dad. Both Zoe and Rose said, oh, wow, thank you, baby. Megan said, taking the burrito and giving him a quick kiss. Good morning, babe. He said, like, are you okay? Because you only got like 3 hours of sleep. Megan said, I'm tired of shit, but that's why I was saying on the clip, I wish they would have said something because I would have slept in a little bit. Yeah, that kind of sucks, Megan said. So anyway, all right, kids, now let's go ahead and that's like Dad has boxes downstairs or whatever. Let's go ahead and let's keep packing stuff up. So the movers should be here at 3. All right, Mom. They both yelled. So 3 o'clock came. and no movers had showed up yet. Megan was like, "Did they say they're going to be here at 3?" Yeah, that's what they said. Christian said. Pulled out his phone, and he texted, or he sent an email off to Zach with Starfleet movers. Hey Zach, he wrote. Like the movers said they're going to be here at 3. I've tried to call them, and I've gotten their voicemail, and I've tried to text. I haven't heard back. Do you have any updates? Like, what's going on? Send. A couple minutes later, his phone chimed as an email came through. Hey Christian. Hey, it's Zach. Yeah, I will check in with him and see what's going on. I apologize for the delay. Again, thank you for working with us. Christian read that to Megan. She's like, well, that doesn't really answer shit. Yeah, not really, Christian said. So 4 o'clock came, and he still hadn't heard any other responses. Then he sent a message to Tony. Hey, Tony, I just talked to Zach earlier. The movers messaged me or called me this morning, said they're going to be here at 3. It's now after 4. I haven't gotten in touch with anybody. We're still packing boxes here, but we're, no sign of them. Have you heard anything? Got a reply back. Hey, Christian, it's Tony. No, I was just talking to Zach, and we've reached out to the movers, and they're supposed to be getting in touch with you. Oh, okay, Christian replied back. Thank you. All of a sudden, his phone chimes, and it's a text message. Hey, Christian, it's Mo with Planetary Moving Service. We're sorry. I apologize about the time. We got even more delayed. Looked like probably be there by 5:30. Christian replied back, oh, okay, well, thank you for the update. I'll see you at 5:30. 5:30 came, and they were still, like, Christian and Zoe went outside to sit on the steps. And they're looking around. Man, Dad, like, first it's 10 a.m., then it's 3, and now we're going out. It's almost 6 o'clock now, and there's still no sign of them. I know, I just texted them again. See, look, he showed his phone to Zoe. Zoe read it out loud. Mo, it's almost 6. You guys are initially going to be here at 10 and then 3, and now it's almost 6, but we still haven't heard from you. What's going on? You said that like 20 minutes ago, right, Dad? Yeah, pretty much, Christian said. So, I guess I'll, his phone chimed again. Oh, hey, look, Mo just responded. Yep, looks like about 6:30, sir. Really sorry about the delay. Fuck, Christian said. Man, Dad, are we ever gonna get out of here tonight? Because I know, like, we gotta move out tonight, right? Yeah, pretty much. Supposed to be out tonight, but at this rate, probably gonna be out tomorrow. 6:30 comes, and they're still standing outside. Wait, they still keep stepping outside, checking to see if any moving trucks are pulling up. Damn, Dad, it's almost 7 o'clock. Like, where the hell are they? Rose said. I don't fucking know, man. I'm getting kind of annoyed because, like, we gotta go. We got a freaking hotel room reserved, and we're stuck here right now. So 6:45, he gets another chime. Hey, Christian, it's Mo with Planetary Moving Service again. I'm so sorry about the delay. Ran into traffic. We're about 20 minutes out. Okay, thank you for the update, Christian replied back. Half an hour later at 7:15. Still hadn't seen anybody. 7:45, finally they hear a rumble outside, and Christian, Rose, and Zoe step outside really quick. As Megan was inside still packing up more boxes and just getting stuff ready to go. They see a standard size Penske truck that they estimated to be the 26-foot standard size pull up and park on the curb, and 2 guys get out. They walk up to Christian. Hey, you must be Christian, the driver said. Yes, sir. Are you Mo? That's right. That's my partner over there. He doesn't speak English, so don't worry. So I'd recommend probably not worrying about trying to talk to him. He won't understand you. Christian's like, oh, that's interesting. Do you hear that, kids? Rose and Zoe both nodded. Yeah, it is. Okay. So don't speak to him because he won't understand us. Gotcha. So what was the holdup? Christian said, lots of traffic. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. Okay, well, so how long do you think? Because I know we're at like almost 8 o'clock now. What do you like? How long is this gonna take? 'Cause we got to be out tonight. Oh, it should be out of here in like 4 hours, sir. Should be have you all loaded up in 4 hours. Okay, sounds good. So, Mo said, could you just walk me through your home and like show me everything that we got to get loaded up? And that way we can, you know. Okay, yeah. So they walk through each room. It's like, so this is the kitchen. There's dining room table, blah blah blah. Here we have the washer dryer, and then walk to the other room. Okay, we have a dining room table in here, a deep freeze, this armoire, a couple of these chests over here. Here the family room, these two couches, the entertainment center, and just pointing at little odds and ends as they walk through. And up here we have the 3 bedrooms. As you see, each room has the bedroom set and this and that. Okay, very good, Sir Mo says. So yeah, it should take about 4 or 5 hours maximum. 4 or 5 hours will get you loaded up. Okay, very good, Christian said. So the three of them. So he went and told Megan what the deal was, and Megan's like, "So do you want me and the kids? Well, me and like one of the kids or whatever to head to the hotel, and while you guys, or should we go check in at the hotel and like me and one of the kids can stay there, and you and one of them can come back here and check in to see how things are going?" Christian was like, "Yeah, I guess, they said 4 or 5 hours, so that way we could be out of here by like midnight, 1 a.m. We could get some sleep at the hotel and then take off in the morning." That sounds good, Megan said. Man, I'm so glad we're finally here. Yeah, me too, Christian said. It's been a long time, it's like looking forward to change. All right, guys, he said, looking over like as he came up to Mo again. Me and the fam, we're gonna go check in at the hotel really quick, and then me and one of the kids will probably be back here to, just touch base with you guys and see how things are going. And okay, sounds good, sir. Mo said. We'll take it from here. We're just gonna be wrapping up, the furniture and getting things loaded in the truck and get this process started. Sounds good, Christian said. So the 4 of them left and checked in at the hotel. I was there for probably about 30 minutes hanging out, and then Christian and Zoe left to go back to the house, back to the apartment, to check in with the movers. When they pulled up, they saw they already had quite a few pieces of furniture out in the front lawn, and Zoe looks over at Christian's like, "Wow, Dad, they're moving pretty fast. They've already got like 6 or 7 pieces out in the front lawn, just like ready to load on the truck." Yeah, no, maybe they will only take 4 hours, he said. So they walked in, and we're kind of like just standing around watching them work, watching them wrap furniture. And as Christian watched Mo and his coworker work, they saw that the couches, they lifted the backs off the couches and were pulling the couches apart. And as he watched them pull them apart, then Mo comes over to Christian and says, "Hey, so I need to talk to you about some of your pieces really quick." "Yeah, what's up?" Christian said. "Well, these couches are broken, and I mean we could still take them, but it's like they're literally busted. Like, look right here," he said, pointing at part of the couch that was where they connect or whatever. And Christian was like, "Well, that wasn't broken before, I don't think." No, it was actually. All we did was we just lifted this first piece off, and it was already broken underneath. Okay, Christian said. I guess, I mean, are we still able to move them, or do we have to leave them here? He's like, "Well, I mean, if we get it out the door, then we can get them on the truck, and they'll obviously we'll take them." Mo said. "Well, no, I mean, I don't want to take it if it's broken," Christian said. "So I guess, yeah, don't worry about the couches, I guess. I guess we'll just get new couches when we're up there." That sucks, because we've had those couches forever, and I didn't think they were broken, but okay. "All right, very good, sir," Christian said. "So, do you want us to wrap, because we got like there's like breakable stuff that's in some of the cabinets. Do you want us to wrap those, because that's an extra charge?" Christian was like, "What do you mean an extra charge? I thought everything was like, the whole move was like a full service move." "Well, no, sir," Christian. No, sir, Mo said. If we have to wrap anything, because you don't have wrapping included, it's just the move. Like, we'll wrap the furniture pieces, because and we're not charging you for that, because we don't have blankets and stuff, so we're not charging to wrap the furniture. But anything like dishes and stuff, we'll have to charge you for that." I'm like, "Well, how much is that?" Christian said. Well, it depends. It's like it goes off of like how many pieces and then like overall volume. Okay. Well, yeah. Don't worry. I guess maybe the breakable stuff to set off to the side, and don't worry about wrapping that right now. We'll figure that out later. Let's just go ahead and get the big stuff. Okay, sounds good, Chris. Sounds good, Mo said. So Mo and his partner continued taking stuff apart and taking stuff outside. And after it had been roughly about 4 or 5 hours, it was 12:30 in the morning. Christian and Zoe were sitting off to the side, and Mo approached. Hey, sir, I need to talk to you about something. Oh, yeah, what's up? He said, hey, I need to come out here. I need to show you something. Mo said, just come with me. Okay, Christian said, go following him. And as they got to the back of the truck, Mo turned the interior light on in the back of the truck, and it showed that they were maybe like a third, not even halfway loaded. So that's all the space you're allotted right there, sir. Christian looked at him, and they looked back at the truck. What are you talking about? Christian said. That's all the space you're allotted. Like that's basically what you paid for. Christian said, no, sir. Like I have on my contract with Starfleet Movers, it says that we have a full 28 foot or 20, like a full 26 foot truck. Well, yes, sir, Mo said that, but this is actually a 32 foot truck, and it's the volume is so much different than a 26 footer. It's it's like more cubic feet versus because it's taller and wider and blah blah blah, and it's that's pretty much that's the best way I can describe it, sir. Christian looked back at Mo and then looked back at the thing and said, "But what you're saying doesn't make sense. Like 30, even if this is a 32 foot truck, it's not. That doesn't make it. That just makes it longer. You have more length. You get a couple more feet. You don't have taller and wider, cubic feet, whatever. Like, and the biggest truck with Penske is 26 foot. How are you saying that this is 32 feet? Because this is a standard truck. Well, no, sir. This is actually a commercial truck. This is 32 feet, and so your total amount that you paid for that is actually up to that point in the truck." Christian looked back at the thing, and looked back at where the items were, and then looked back at Mo again and scratching his head. He's like, "This doesn't make any sense, Mo. Like, how can that be the amount that we paid for the 3,000? So are you telling me that literally it's gonna be like 7,000 if we want to use the rest of the truck, even though there's no way, like, I'm just so confused." Well, yes, sir. That's basically we could load the rest of the truck, but we'd have to do a new estimate for you. Christian looked over at Zoe, who's standing off to the curb listening to the whole conversation, and then looked back at Mo again, and then looked back at the stuff. He goes, "Well, sir, like you haven't even touched the upstairs, Mo. Like there's still the closet that has the grill in it. You haven't gotten anything out of the kitchen. We still have the upstairs that has all the bedroom sets. It's like you've got not even half the apartment in the back of your truck. Like what do you? I don't know what to do." Well, sir, it's up to you. I mean, we could leave with what we have in the truck now, or we could give you a new estimate to include the rest of the truck. Well, I mean, I really can't afford it. I don't want to pay 7,000, or I'm assuming it'd be 7,000 because it'd be double what we paid. So here's what Mo pull out his phone. Well, here, let me talk to Starfleet Movers really quick, and then let me talk to my boss, Mo said, and let's see what they'll give me authorization to do, because I coordinate with him. I'm kind of technically kind of like one of the partners of Planetary Moving Service, but I'm not, one of the ones in charge. I still have somebody to answer to, but is basically my truck, but, you know, let me see what we can do for you. Okay. So he gets on the phone with somebody, and then, of course, comes back over. He's like, I mean, obviously we'll try to work with you, Christian. Christian just, like, scratches his head, like, well, like, what can we do? Like, and because I was told that I'd have to pay the other $1,500 or $1,600 at the time of pickup, because I paid I'd pay the $1,600 at the pickup, and then basically, like, then you just deliver. Well, sir, like, he handed this paper to him. He goes, well, see, here's the new estimate for the remaining of the truck. We're looking at $8,500. So you paid $1,600 right now, or to do the appointment, we would need, so that would be another $7,400. So we would need half that, in order to like, if we loaded the rest of the truck, we would need at least half that, before, you know, in order for us to take it to the state you're going to, and then, you know, the other half on delivery. It's like, so you're talking about you would need like 30. Christian's doing the math in his head. He's like, it's like, what, like 3,500 right now, and then another 3,500 will we deliver on top of the 1,600 I already paid. That's correct, sir. Mo said. Good lord, man. You know, like, I was told that this is actually going to be like 3,200 out the door, and, you know, I did everything over the phone, and I told them everything we had. You guys are telling me that it's good, that's all the space we get. Mo chuckled. Well, sir, you have a lot of stuff, sir. You have a lot of stuff. Christian's like glared at him. We don't have that much stuff. I mean, we have a lot of stuff, but it's like, it's a 3-bedroom house, man. You know, a 3-bedroom apartment. You know, we have like 4 people that live here, so there's no more stuff than what should be in a 3-bedroom townhome. Oh no, I gotcha, Mo said. It's just it's up to you. It's completely up to you. Like, we could take what we have here and take off, or we could load the rest of the truck and we just go with the new estimate, whatever. Christian sighed. I just can't fucking believe it's fucking. It's like another 7,000. Man, well, hold on a second. Pulls out his phone, and he looks over at Zoe. Zoe's like, are you calling Mom, Dad? I pretty much, yeah, kiddo, I am. Scratching his head and taking a deep breath and sighing heavily. Hey, babe, what's going on? Megan says on the other line. Christian said, what's wrong? Megan said on the other end. Babe, you're not gonna fucking believe this. What is it? Megan said. Well, they've loaded half the truck, Christian began, and they're saying that's all the room that we paid for, and in order to load the rest, it's gonna be another 7,000 on top of what we already paid. Are you fucking serious? Megan said. No, that's a scam. We're not fucking doing that. Well, babe, Christian said, I don't know what to do, because, like, you know, they already have half our stuff, less than half our stuff on the truck, and it's like we could send them away with what they have, or, you know, we could try to work with them, and they'll get the rest or whatever. No, we're not paying them that much, babe. No, Megan said. Well, Megan, just listen to me. Like, I don't see any other option. Like, we don't have, you know, like, we've already hired them to move, unless we want to try to move the rest ourselves. All right, babe, Megan said. Well, you know, just keep me updated. Let me know what we're gonna do. All right, Christian said, hanging up. Well, sir, he said, looking over at Mo, I don't have 3,000 on me right now. Like, I have 1,600 to, you know, because I was expecting 1,600. Can I pay you this? Would you be willing to work with me at all? Can I pay you the 1,600 for you guys to load it up and take off to go towards, you know, the final destination, and then you know, I can figure out the rent. We'll get you paid, obviously, on delivery. Yeah, we can work with you, sir, Mo said. Like, obviously, I want to work with you. You know, like, I understand this is kind of unexpected. So yeah, we'll work with you. 1,600, it's fine. We'll do that, and then we'll get up there to your new home, and we can just take the rest. Then that's fine. Okay, Awesome. Thank you, Mo. I really appreciate it. No problem, sir. We we're just so happy to be working with you. So me and my partner we'll get started on the rest of the apartment. So we'll get the new contract drawn up, and me and my partner will start wrapping and getting everything else loaded on the truck. Sounds good. Christian said. He texted Megan, hey babe. So they said they're willing to go ahead and load us up and take, instead of the 3,000 that they're supposed to get like tonight, they're gonna take 1,600. Since I told them that's all we have right now, but we could get the rest. We'll figure out how to get the rest up there when we get to our new location. Megan replied back, okay. I guess how are we gonna come up with? It's like $7,000 total, right? He replied back, yeah, $7,000. So I'm gonna pay them what we have tonight, and then we'll just obviously we have the funds, but we gotta pay for the actual like trip as well. And I know if we pay them everything we have, then we won't be able to actually like move ourselves up there. Megan replied back, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, we'll do whatever you think is best, babe. Just keep me posted. I will, babe, Christian replied. By this point, Zoe and Christian were sitting up in one of the bedrooms, just hanging out, because there was two computer chairs in one of the rooms, and Mo and his partner were upstairs in the other two rooms, disassembling the beds, wrapping up the furniture, and carrying them out to the truck. By this point, it was now 5 a.m. and Zoe and Christian were still sitting in that one room, and were yawning and stretching constantly. And Zoe had actually crawled onto the bed and was dozing off for a couple minutes here, and then waking back up, and then dozing off again. Then she would sit up and look over at Christian. They haven't even touched this room yet, Dad. Yeah, I know, Christian said. Man, I'm so tired, Christian said. Hey, I'm starving, man. I'm starving, Dad. Can we order something? Like, is there any places open? Christian pulled his phone out. Well, I mean, I've DoorDashed a couple places, like, really late night out here. So I know a couple places that are actually open right now. What are you in the mood for? Like chicken tenders, probably. Zoe said, yeah, there's a good place, actually, I know to order from. You got these massive chicken tenders. Oh, sounds great, Dad. Make sure to get ranch. Of course. Like, I would get anything else. And you know, Dad, lots of ranch. Of course. I know how our family is, Christian said. So he put an order in, and within half an hour of the order, so here at 5:40 in the morning at this point, and he walks outside to receive the order, grabs a bag. Mo and his partner are still carrying stuff outside, putting stuff in the truck. Christian comes upstairs as and they eat their meal, drink their drinks, and they continue to wait. 6:15, Mo comes up and says, "Hey, sir, I need to talk to you real quick." And oh, okay. Christian says, "Follow him out to the truck." They get out to the truck, and the stuff in the truck is like 6 feet from the back of the truck. He goes, "So that's all we can take." What are you talking about? Christian said. That's we can't fit any more of that. That's all the stuff. Christian looked at the truck, like there's still like 7 feet of room in there. Yeah, but we have to put up like other supplies behind that. Like we can't load it up anymore. Christian looked at him and then looked back at the truck. He goes, "Well, Mo, like there's still stuff. There's still stuff in the house, man. Like you haven't even touched the room that me and my kiddo were sitting in." I'm sorry, sir. I mean, we could try to fit maybe the bed in there, but yeah. And Christian looked again. He goes, "Did you even get the stuff in the closet downstairs, like the grill or the kitchen table, whatever?" "Well, no, sir. We haven't gotten that stuff yet either." "So you're telling me there's still a full bedroom upstairs?" Christian began. "And then the grill and whatever's in the closet, and then the kitchen. Like you haven't even grabbed any of that?" "Well, no, sir. But we got everything we could." okay, well, what the hell, like, what the hell can we do? Christian said. Well, I don't know. I mean, what we could do is we could take this stuff to a warehouse, and we could come back with another truck, and that way we get the rest of your house. Yeah, but how much is that gonna fucking cost? Christian said. Well, I mean, we could drop a new contract, whatever, get you a new estimate, whatever. Mo, you're already charging me another $7,000. I can't afford anything else, man. Well, I mean, so what do you want to do, sir? Well, okay, Mo. Well, like, is there like somebody like management and Starfleet movers that we could talk to find out what options we have? Like, 'cause I if we get another truck, I'm afraid it's gonna be like another 5,000. It's like we're already like being, bled dry here as it is. I don't want to. So what do you recommend, Mo? Well, the management will actually be in at Starfleet movers at like 10 a.m. So if you want to call then, we can, they can figure something out. We can get another truck out here, get your whole house moved. Like we can get you the rest of your stuff moved with another truck. All right, I guess that's we don't have a choice. Christian said. They shook hands, and Mo and his partner closed the truck up and drove off. Christian standing there scratching his head and looking down at the ground. What's going on, Dad? Mo said, or Zoe said. Well, I don't know, kiddo. Like they said they could bring another. They're gonna take our stuff to a warehouse. And they could probably bring another truck, but I gotta talk to like management at the moving company or whatever at like 10 a.m. So we gotta maybe let's lock up the house. Let's go to the hotel and talk to Mom, and let's make a game plan. All right, Dad. So they locked up the apartment. They went to the hotel. And while Rose was still asleep, Megan woke up when they came in. Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, love. Christian began. They loaded up the whole truck, and they still have, like, there's still the kitchen, there's still the closet downstairs that has the grill, and they haven't even touched that third bedroom upstairs. Are you fucking shitting me? Megan said, no, babe, that's pretty much that's where we're at right now. So what they do, Megan said, well, they said they're going to take our stuff to a warehouse, and then we're supposed to call management for Starfleet movers at like 10 a.m. and then they'd probably send a second truck or whatever. Yeah, but we're already paying another $7,000, right? Megan said, yeah. So why don't we? I'm not even gonna call them. I think what we should do is we should just get a U-Haul. Like I'm on the website right now. Christian said, looking at his phone, and it looks like to rent a U-Haul, like the biggest U-Haul with a car trailer, we could tow one of the cars, and we got, like we could tow the one car behind the pickup truck, and we could tow the other car behind the moving truck. How much is that? Megan said. Looks like it's about $1,600, from here to where we're going. Well, that's not too bad, Megan said. I guess that'd be better than what they're probably going to charge us if they bring another truck and load us up. That's kind of what I was thinking, Christian said. So why do you get packed up? Let's get checked out of the hotel and go back to the apartment. And then, why don't you and I head over in your car, and we'll get we'll pick up the moving truck, and we'll start getting loaded up. That sounds good, Megan said. All right, so they headed over. They picked up the moving truck, got the car trailer hooked up to it. Already had a car trailer attached to the back of his pickup truck, and they parked out in front of the apartment. And with the help of their neighbors, started, moving some of the bigger stuff out of the apartment. And then once they had the bigger stuff, they were able to get the smaller stuff. halfway through loading their stuff in the truck, the Penske moving truck with the Planetary Moving Service came pulling up into the driveway again. Christian looks over at Megan and says, "Oh fuck, is that them?" Megan said, "Yeah, that's them." So the truck pulls up, parks on the curb, and Mo gets out, walks up, shakes Christian's hand. "Hey, sir, how are you doing?" So, like, what's going on? And Christian's like, "What are you doing here, Mo?" "Well, we have another truck that we came here to get you all loaded up." Mo said, "No, dude, like I wasn't able to get in touch with any of the management, whatever. So my wife and I, we decided that we were just gonna go let you guys handle what you guys have already taken, and we'll just pack everything up, the rest of the stuff up ourselves, or we just move the rest ourselves." Oh, okay, Mo said. Well, so he goes back to his truck, and he's in his truck for like the next half hour. Christian and Megan and the kids continue to pack up the apartment and moving stuff into the moving truck, the U-Haul truck. And after about half an hour, there's a knock at the door of the apartment. And of course, Christian answers like, "Hey, what's up, Mo? Hey, can I talk to you out here for a second? I just need you to sign some paperwork." "Sign what? I've already signed all the contracts and stuff." Christian said. No, just updated. I updated the figures and whatnot." "Oh, okay," Christian said, looking over his stuff. Looked over a lot of the fine print, but didn't see anything that jumped out, so we went ahead and initialed and signed each page. And then, so then Mo was like, "All right, so how? Now we just need your deposit in order for us to take your stuff up to your final destination." "Okay, so we're like, now can we do the amount we agreed on, the 1,600? Well, like, what are you able to do, sir?" Mo said. I mean, I really can't do much of anything because we had to go rent our own truck, and we have to move ourselves. So like, maybe I could probably do like 1,000. 1,000? Mo said. I don't know, sir. I don't know. You know what, sir? It's all good. Don't worry about it." And he walks off and gets back in the truck. And Mo and his partner drive off. So Christian's like, "Okay, that's weird." Looking over at Megan. "Yeah, totally. They didn't even take any money from us." "Yeah, that is kind of weird." So they continue packing stuff in their apartment, and his phone goes off, and he recognizes the number. He's like, "Hello." He's like, "Hey, Christian, this is Tony with Starfleet Moving Service or Starfleet Movers." And so I was just talking to the movers, and basically, like, in order for them to transport your stuff from where you're at, from the warehouse down there up to your final destination, they need 3,000, like 3,500 or 3,250 or something. He looks like, hold on, let me get the exact number. Yeah, it looks like $3,300. In order for them to transport it. "What are you talking about?" Christian said. "They told me they would accept the 1,600, that we agreed on initially, that because of, the finances being really tight because of this. They said they would take 1,600. Why is it now 3,300? Well, sir, I can't answer that. I'm just telling you what they've relayed to me." Tony said. They're saying in order for them to transport it, they need the payment of 3,300, like right now. "Oh, sir, like that's bullshit." Christian said, like the guy, like, literally I talked to the guy, it's his truck, and he literally said he'd work with me, whatever. "Well, I don't know what to tell you," Tony said. Like, that's literally what they're telling me now. So, well, is there anything we could do? Christian said, "Because they have our stuff, like, maybe, like, just tell them to bring our stuff back." "Well, no, I can't do that," Tony said. Like, once they left with your stuff, in order for them to deliver it, they would need that payment. "Well, Tony, I don't have that amount. Like, is there any, like, negotiation on that? Well, can we do 2,000? "Well, no, sir. There's no, like, 3,300 is where they're at. Like, they're not coming down from that at all." "Well, like, is there a manager I could talk to?" Christian said. "Well, no, that, like, I'm literally talking to them Like, there's no managers available right now until Monday, sir. So, like, you can call it on Monday. Okay, well, if there's no managers available, Christian said, who are you talking to right now? Well, sir, Tony said, I have their direct phone. Like, I'm talking to them directly right now. And okay, well, tell them I want to talk to them. Christian said, okay, well, I'll tell them, but I don't know if they're gonna reach out to you. Tony said, all right, that's fine, but just tell them I want to talk to them. Because this is bullshit. Like, they're basically gonna hold our stuff hostage unless we pay them the $3,300. When the initial quote we were given was $3,000 for the full move. Now it's like $7,000 or whatever. This is bullshit, Tony. Like, I'm not happy with it. You guys are a bunch of scam artists. Well, sir, I'm sorry you feel that way, Tony said. All right, whatever. So the Christian hangs up, looks over at Megan, and Megan's like fuming. Well, I can't fucking believe this, man. Yeah, me either. Christian said, like, this has been such a hell night. Like, I've been up for, like, me and Zoe have been awake since yesterday afternoon because they were here all night, and now, but I was like, obviously, like, we don't have any control over this right now. Let's get loaded up. Let's get out of here. And we'll get up to we'll worry about this when we get up there. We'll worry about how to get our stuff back. All right, babe, sounds good, Megan said. So Megan and Christian and the kids got everything loaded up in the truck, got the cars loaded up on the trailers, and while they were doing that, Christian, of course, went on one of his apps for a hotel chain that he really loves, that he had some points to use for a free night. By this point, when they're getting loaded up, it's dark. It's like 10 o'clock at night by this point. Christian looks over at Megan and goes, so I'm reserving a room for us like 150 miles away. Figure, like, we're all tired, but obviously we want to make some headway tonight, but we're gonna figure it 150 miles, some good distance. And I got a free room, so we're good. And of course, they have like breakfast in the morning or whatever. So they took off, swung through the nearby gas station right down the street, loaded up on snacks, and took off. On the route they were going, as they took off, Zoe looks over at Christian in the U-Haul truck. Man, Dad, I'm starving. Like, is there any places to get food this late? Yeah, kiddo. I think there's a Love's on that interstate that's like 30 or 40 miles away from the hotel that actually has a 24-hour Arby's in it. So I think we could stop there. I'm gonna message Mom and let her know so that way she knows to meet us there. Oh man, it sounds good. I'm starving now. Like, I'm glad we got snacks. So I said, yeah, me too, Christian said. So after getting food and getting to the hotel, they all crashed pretty quick. And then the next morning they continued on, making it to their final destination by the next evening. Not having a good portion of their household, they parked the moving truck in front of the house, and then drove one of the cars to the hotel and got a hotel room for at least 3 nights. And then early part of the week, they hired movers from U-Haul to unload their truck and got everything they had in the truck moved into the house. Megan and Christian, of course, try to put on a smile and keep a positive outlook in front of the kids, even though they were stressing out really bad about the fact that they had basically equivalent of 1 bedroom and nothing else. Basically, they had the bedroom, they had the grill, they had parts of a kitchen since the dining room table had been broken, and they had just a couple other a couple other items, but basically their brand new home, it was a 4-bedroom house, was pretty bare. Empty rooms, empty living room, empty dining room, a couple of items in the kitchen. So, to make things work, Christian and Megan rented furniture and bedroom sets from a local furniture rental service. It wasn't perfect, but it helped them to at least settle in enough and make their new home actually feel somewhat like a home, even though they didn't have their actual stuff. It made it work. Over the next 3 or 4 months, Christian continued going back and forth through email and phone calls with Starfleet movers and arguing with him about the fact that they wanted $7,000 for the full move, and that they still wanted $3,300 just for them to pick up their stuff from where they had stored it at the pickup location to bring it up to where they were, and then another $3,300, practically $4,000 to deliver it. Christian went back and forth with them in emails, and he tagged the email address for Planetary Moving Service, tagging Mo in the emails, basically typing each time, "This is bullshit, guys. Like, I think that you guys should do this. I think you guys should do this for half the cost. I think you guys should do this for $4,000 total. Since this initial quote was $3,000, we moved a good portion of this ourselves. We should not have to pay full price for this move. That truck, there's no way it was 32 feet because the back's truck with Penske is 26. I demand evidence proving that your truck is 32 feet." He would type and then send. He'd get a reply back from Mo. "Sir, here's a diagram. Here's a draw. Or here's some evidence of proof showing the truck size." And as Christian opened the email, he saw that there was a small video of the side of the truck as he's walking down the truck, and then he sees a little line drawn on the video from the bottom to the back and from the top to the bottom, and basically written on that line it says 32 feet. And Christian replied back to the email. He goes, that does not work for me. Like that, I could draw an image like that and say that it's 24 feet and that you guys owe me money." And then he got a reply back from, "Oh, well, sir, no, that's like a lot of logistics companies actually, they actually use that app to show the length and width of their trucks. Like everybody uses it. Like it's totally legit." Christian replies back, "I have never seen or heard any of that. We're on the truck because Penske trucks have measurements on them. Where are those measurements?" And you get a reply back from Owen. "Well, sir, like I gave you everything you asked. I've shown you the dimensions. Like there are trucks bigger than 26 foot. You can get with Penske at auctions." Christian replied back, "I have never heard that either. Like if it's 32 feet, show me something official, like paperwork on the truck, decals on the truck that show like the distance, the length, like anything." And he stopped getting replies back from most. Then he's messaging Starfleet movers. Like, "I'm not hearing back from Mo. I've been demanding this documentation, and you guys aren't working with me. Like, we don't have, like, literally, you have the majority of our household. This is ridiculous. I'm going to be reaching out to the Attorney General's office." Starfleet replied back, "Well, sir, hey, Christian, this is Tony. I mean, sir, like, we've explained that, like, they're willing to transport your stuff up there. They would just need that $3,300 payment and then the remaining $4,000 upon delivery." And and of course Christian replies back, and I've explained to you, Tony, that that's bullshit because they did not move our entire house. They did the job partway, so we should not have to pay the full quoted price. Tony replied back, well, sir, unfortunately, that quote was not for necessarily the whole house. That quote was for that full truck, and you were quoted and you signed contracts stating those figures. Christian replied back, well, Tony, again, that's bullshit, and I'm going to be reaching out to the Attorney General's office, filing a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. This is I will sue you guys. This is fucking ridiculous. And then he stopped receiving messages back from Tony. Christian started messaging the Attorney General's office, and the Attorney General, every time Christian would send a message, would forward their complaint officially to Starfleet Movers and Planetary Moving Service and tag Mo and tell basically forward to them what Christian had his complaint was and try to see if they can work on some solution. And the only thing that they ever received back, which they always forwarded to Christian and to Megan, was basically their response. Well, hey, this is so-and-so, this is Bradley, the Attorney General, and this is the response we got from those two companies. They claim they have not done anything wrong. They don't have, there's a contract you signed. We're still working with them to try to see if we can find a resolution. Thank you for trusting us to help you with this. Christian read the email from the Attorney General's office and showed it to Megan. So basically, we can't do shit right now, it sounds like. Megan said. Yeah, sounds like. So, for months, they continued forwarding their complaints to the Attorney General's office, emailing Mo with Planetary Moving Service, and emailing Tony with Starfleet Movers. And Christian finally went online and started posting on online forums, complaining about listing their two companies, listing Mo, and even got in touch with a couple of podcasts that talk about scam artists, and basically listed those, mentioned those companies publicly, and started spreading the word about those companies. After 4 months, and having been on about a half dozen different podcasts, having posted a public thing on Reddit mentioning the two companies, all of a sudden, he gets an email from Mo. Hey, sir, I really want to work with you. I really want to put the situation behind us. What if we were to do a total of 4,000 instead of the 7,000? Like 4,000, I'll have a truck, come and get your stuff and bring your stuff up there. So it'd be broken down to 2,000. The 2,000, if you can pay me 2,000, I will schedule the truck, and then just 2,000 on delivery. Oh, okay, Christian replied back. So you're willing to do 4,000 instead of 7,000, and we do 2,000 up front? Yes, sir. Mo replied back. I really want to help you out. I know I know we have all your stuff, and I know this is a very stressful situation, and I apologize. So I want to do what we can to resolve this. Oh, okay, Christian said. So yeah, let's do it, I guess. So send me your wire information, and I will go ahead and get the wire sent over, and we can get that scheduled. Got an email back. That sounds good, sir. Here's the information. And once you wire it, send me the confirmation number, and I will then start working on scheduling your move. Okay, Christian said. A couple minutes later, he gets an email with the wire information, and he goes online and logs onto his bank. And as he's logging on to the bank, of course, Megan comes in the room or whatever, and is like, what's going on, babe? Oh, well, it looks like we might actually get our stuff. I think I might have got them down to 4,000 instead of the 7,000. Really? Megan said. I mean, I still don't want to pay him that. Like, I don't think they deserve any of our money because we had to complete the move ourselves. Yeah, I agree, Christian said, but I don't see much choice, and this might be the best deal we're gonna get. Christian said. All right, Megan said. Well, so what do we gotta do? Christian was like, well, I think basically we gotta wire them 2,000, and then he's gonna get the move scheduled, and then we pay them the other 2,000 on delivery. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it because basically just want to get this out of the way and get this done. So Christian went on his bank and went ahead and sent the wire transfer to the bank information that Mo had listed, and then he texted sent an email to Mo with the information, said here's your confirmation, let me know when things are scheduled and how soon you can have our stuff here. Mo was like, sounds good, we'll keep a lookout for it, and I will message you probably within the next 48 hours to let you know when they'll be on their way to get your stuff. Christian went in the other room to talk to the kids, and he was talking to Zoe, and, well, kids, looks like we're getting our stuff. What? They both said, oh my god. Zoe came over and wrapped her arms around Christian. Oh my god, Dad, I was so, like, last couple months, Grandma Betty up here was basically just saying that we should that she would just buy us new stuff, and that we should just we shouldn't pay them because they're a scam and we're not going to get our stuff. Oh yeah, I know, Christian said. I've been hearing her say all that stuff too, and what'd you tell her when she said that? Well, Dad, Zoe continued, I told her that but they've got all my art stuff, and man, I don't want new stuff. I want my stuff. Yeah, I hear you, Christian said. So, but yeah, they're finally coming. We're just waiting on the confirmation. So I was like, Dad, yeah, baby girl, what's up? Christian said. So continued. And the last couple months, I've kind of given up hope. I was like, man, all my stuff is on the truck or in that storage unit. Like, I'm not gonna get my stuff back. Yeah, I know, girl. I know, girls. But like, I've been saying this whole time that I didn't know how we were gonna get our stuff. I didn't know when we were gonna get our stuff. But I was determined that we're gonna get our stuff back. Like, I'm not accepting. I've never accepted no for an answer when it came to getting our stuff delivered. Like, I was gonna figure out how to do it. Well, Dad, we're so glad that our stuff is finally coming. Rose said. So when is it coming? When's it coming, Daddy? Zoe said. I'm not sure. Mo from Planetary Moving Service basically said he's gonna message in the next 48 hours and he'll let us know. So you girls go ahead and just like we could breathe a little bit. You're gonna get your stuff. Don't worry. Okay, Dad. They both said. A couple of days later, Christian gets an email from Mo again. Good afternoon, Christian. This is Mo with Planetary Moving Service. I have a truck. One of my trucks has your stuff. They will be to your house like tomorrow. Christian replied back, do you have a time frame so I can make sure that I'm actually here and ready for them? Christian sent the message. His phone chimed. He brought up the email. Yes, sir. It's they said they'd be there around 9:45 tomorrow morning. Christian replied back, all right, thank you, Bo. I appreciate it. So the next morning, they were up and ready to expect delivery. And as Christian and Zoe sat outside waiting to hear from the movers, Zoe looks over at Christian. Dad, are we planning for them to be here for 12 hours like they were back there in where we moved from? God, I hope not, Christian said. His phone went off. He put it on speaker to answer the call. Hello? Hey, sir, this is Danny over here with Expedited Moving Incorporated. And we have your belongings. We are on our way. We were about 2 hours out. Oh, okay, Christian said. Oh, and also, sir, Danny said, we're gonna the remaining 2,000. We're gonna need that in a like cashier's check or whatever when we get there. Oh, Christian said. Well, I think Mo had me basically on the email he sent, he had me make the cashier's check out to Planetary Moving Service. Oh, okay, Danny said. Well, unfortunately, like, we're not Planetary Moving Service. Like, they contracted out to us. Oh, Christian said. Well, hold on, because yeah, I don't have another 2,000 to spare. I just have this cashier's check made out to him. Let me call Mo really quick. Or I'll get in touch with Mo. Hold on one second. So he calls Mo and says, yeah, what's up, sir? How you doing? Hey, Mo, I just got off the phone with, I guess you're contracted out, like Expedited Moving Service or whatever. They're saying they need the 2,000 made out to them, but I have a cashier's check made out to you. Oh, yes, sir. Don't worry about it, sir, Mo said. I'm going to pay them, and you just give them the check for me. And please make sure the check is going to clear, sir, because please make sure it clears. Don't worry, Christian said. It's going to clear. Please make sure that please don't cancel the check, sir, Mo said. I would never cancel the check, Christian said. Like, I just want this behind us. I appreciate you working with me. So yeah, I'll have the cashier's check for them. And so basically we're good to go. Like, they're still going to deliver. Yes, sir, Mo said. They'll deliver. Just give them that check. And if you can send me a picture of the front and back, that'd be great. And maybe a picture of the receipt of that check or whatever that's attached to that check. Oh, of course. I will send that to you right now, Christian said. So he sends the photos off, and he gets back on the phone and calls Expedited Moving. Yeah, this is Dan. What's up? Hey, Dan. This is Christian. Mo with Planetary Moving Service basically said that he's going to pay you guys, and I'm supposed to give you guys the check that's for him. Oh, okay, Dan says. Yeah, I guess that'll work. We could deal with that. So yeah, we'll be there in we're about an hour and a half away. We'll be there about 10 o'clock. We'll see you soon, sir. Yes, sir, Christian said. So, as they sat there and waited, 9:55, another Penske truck pulls up, backs into their driveway. So it looks over at Christian. Holy crap, Dad. Like, they're actually on time. I know, Christian said. I was just curious if they're going to be like 12 hours. So, 3 guys got out of the truck, and they raised up the door in the back, pulled down the ramp, and started to offload everything from the truck. All right, girls, I'm going to direct them from out there, and I'll let them know which pieces are going to which room, and if you could direct them from inside where those rooms are, that way, hopefully, we can streamline this a little bit. Sounds good, Dad, they both said. As they started to offload stuff from the truck, and Christian was pointing at, so that piece right there goes down to the room at the end of the hall. That piece right there goes on the main floor. That piece right there is in the family room. That's a kitchen item right there. Oh, very good, sir. Very good. They said as they were bringing stuff off and taking it upstairs. Some of the pieces, as they brought them off, Christian looks at it and goes, I can't tell what piece that is because of the freaking black wrapping paper or plastic wrap they put on. So I peeled part of it back. Oh, that's a front room. Okay, that's a family room piece. Okay. After 3.5 hours of them coming in and out of the truck and bringing stuff in the house, to Christian's surprise, the truck was empty. All the movers came out, loaded the ramp back up, and closed the door of the trailer of the truck. And one of the movers came over and shook Christian's hand. It's like, well, sir, it's been a pleasure. Like, we can't say that we've enjoyed working with this Mo from Planetary Moving Service, because we're just not not the biggest of fans right now. You know, he's been really difficult. Christian laughed. Yeah, I know the feeling. Like, I've been fighting with him and Starfleet movers for like the last 4.5 months, and even went to the Attorney General's office. I've made lots of complaints. I've complained about them publicly on public sites, and podcasts and stuff, and maybe that's why they finally came down and what they were trying to charge me. Well, what'd they charge you? One of the movers said. They wanted $7,000 for this move. $7,000? What the fuck? Yeah, Christian said. Like, they initially was quoted $3,200 for the full thing, and then they loaded half the truck. And he motioned to the Penske truck. He goes, actually, I'm pretty sure it was the same exact truck you guys just came in, but they said it was like a 32-foot Penske, and that, you know, the cubic feet was so much bigger, and all this bullshit or whatever. The movers laugh like, wow, that's such you know, bullshit right there. Like, this is the biggest truck that Penske offers, and it's 26 foot. Christian laughed. I know. That's what I told them, but they swore up and down. Oh no, it's you know, they have bigger trucks. You get them on auction. Blah blah blah. The movers laughed again. Wow, I'm so sorry I had to deal with that, sir. Like, if it was us that had moved you, like, you know, it would have been. We would have. Like, how long did it take them to move you, sir? Christian said they were in our apartment for like 14 hours before they left and hadn't even gotten everything. 14 hours, the mover said. Holy crap, we're talking, like, for us to load your entire house, probably would have taken us maybe 7 hours. But usually we could get a full house loaded in the truck and ready to go in like 4 or 5. Christian laughed. Yeah, that's kind of what they told us when they got there. Like, oh, only 4 hours, sir. 4 hours. That's when you take us 4 hours to load. And he says, like, shaking his head back and forth as he's mimicking what Mo sounded like at the pickup. The movers laughed again, sir. They shook his head. We're so sorry about all that, and of course, like, we're sorry about the items that came off that are broken. You know, because I know there's quite a few of the furniture items that look like they're broken and in bad shape. So we're really sorry about that. Christian shook one of the movers' hands. Don't even worry about it. I don't blame you guys at all for that. I know that it was Planetary Moving Service that busted them, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. If I file a complaint, it's gonna be about them. But I appreciate you guys. Well, sir, one of the movers handed him a card. If you feel like we provide a good service today, can you please go on Google and do a review? Give us a 5-star rating, because that really helps. Absolutely, Christian said. I am very happy with y'all's service. It took you guys 3.5 hours to offload the entire truck when it took Planetary Moving Service like 12 hours, and they hadn't even gotten everything. You know, they kept taking breaks every half hour. They were smoking in the house. That's what my kiddo told me. Are you serious? One of the movers said. Yeah, Christian said. And they dropped our thermostat to 40 degrees. What? One of the movers said. Yeah, that's like they had the front door open because obviously they're moving stuff in and out, but then they had our thermostat drop. So I don't know. Hey, Christian said, you know, just like sighing or whatever. But anyway, guys, like, I'm not even gonna try to think about them anymore. I'm just so grateful for you guys for all the hard work. Thank you so much. I will definitely put a 5-star review in for you. Thank you so much. Absolutely, sir. We really appreciate having the chance to help you out. If you ever need help moving again, you already have my card. Just give us a call. I was like, absolutely, Christian said. So the movers drove off. And over the next couple weeks, as they bit by bit unpacked boxes, set furniture up, Christian and Megan had debated, because the movers had asked them, hey, do you want us to help you, like, set, you know, like, put stuff together, you know, because we could actually, like, put things together for you, or we could try. Christian basically, I told them, well, I have a feeling we're missing pieces, like missing bolts and screws or whatever, because, you know, none of the bags of bolts and screws were taped to any of the pieces of the furniture, and so I don't know if we're gonna be able to put them together. So I'm not even gonna worry about it. If we got everything in the house, we're good. We'll figure it out. The movers were like, okay, sounds good. So over the next couple weeks, as they put things together, got rid of boxes, you know, cleared out the house, started actually making the house look more like a home. Megan and Christian talked about whether they would try to take legal action. against Starfleet movers and planetary moving service. And Christian, I told her that he kind of decided that it probably wasn't worth the hassle. That they got their stuff. He was just happy about the fact that Zoe and Rose and even Megan had all made claims that they weren't expecting to get any of their stuff back again. And Christian had insisted the entire time that he was not going to give up. He was not going to accept not getting their stuff back. He was, every time they would start crying and say that they're missing their stuff, they're never going to get their stuff back, Christian would give them hugs and say, guys, like, we're going to get it back. I don't know how, I don't know what we're going to do, I don't know how we're going to pull it off, but I'm going to figure it out. We're going to get the stuff back, I promise. Do you trust me? And of course, Megan, Rose, and Zoe all were like, well, of course, yes, we trust you. If you say it's going to happen, then it's going to happen. Okay, Christian said, like, just trust me. So, as the next month or two went on, and they were slowly getting more and more moved in, Christian emailed the Attorney General's office to let them know, hey, the situation has been resolved. We've got our stuff. Thank you for your help. To which he received an email from the Attorney General's office like, I'm so grateful that you were able to get your stuff. I have a couple of legal references that I could give you, for an attorney that can help you if you want to take action against those two companies. Christian replied back, I'm not even going to worry about it. It's already been a stressful ordeal this whole time. I am just grateful that we're here. We've received our stuff. I just want to walk away, and but it's not worth the effort to me right now. The Attorney General's office replied back, okay, so that sounds good. Again, if you ever need our help again, or if you want any of these attorney referrals that we have for you, just let us know. Because there's like a couple year statute of limitations on this that if you decide later, then just let us know. Christian would reply back, I will absolutely let you know. I appreciate all your help. Thank you so much. So, as they continued on in their first year of their lease in their brand new house, bit by bit, things got unpacked, stuff got set up, the house slowly became a home, and all the stress that they had dealt with from the situation they were in before had slowly dissipated, and life returned to normal. And anytime somebody would ask how everything went, how they finally got their stuff back, Christian and Megan would just explain how stressful it was and what they had to go through and what they did. And every time they did, their friends would of course bring up I think you have a legal case against them. Christian and Megan would be like, yeah, it's just not worth it. Or just I'm just gonna let it go, just gonna be the bigger person, walk away. I don't. It's just more trouble than it's worth after months of fighting with them, and we finally got our stuff. We might as well we'll just get we're happy where we're at. Both Christian and Megan said, well, you're bigger people than us, their friends would say. We would sue the living fuck out of them. Yeah, I know, Christian said. Don't get me wrong. I want to go after them, but I don't know if we would win anything, or I'm afraid if they try to countersue us saying that we didn't pay the full agreed amount on the contract. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. It's probably a better idea to just let it go. because who knows, their friends would say. So, over their first year of their lease, living in their new home, they continued to just unpack stuff, continue to get new furniture to replace the pieces that were broken by Planetary Moving Service, and just basically, rebuilding their lives and getting as much back to where they were before. And they always kept with them the knowledge and the things that they had learned about how there are good movers out there, and how there are also bad companies out there that take full advantage of them. They learned that through all the things that they'd been through and everything that Megan and Christian had researched online, they learned that the telltale signs of things to not do when you're moving. Megan, having researched online and sent Christian a link, as he looked at it, he realized that things that were listed on there, like never pay a deposit over the phone, never real companies will never take take estimates as far as measurements or like what items you have over the phone. That they will always send somebody in person to walk around your place and look at stuff to give you an honest estimate. And as Christian had looked at the stuff that Megan had sent him, he literally sighed and shook his head while laying on the furniture on the bedroom set that they had rented, and shook his head and sighed. At that time, Megan had asked him, "What's wrong?" Christian just sighed and buried his face in his hands. "I literally did all this fucking shit." "What do you mean?" Megan said. "I literally, everything they're listing on here to watch out for, all the red flags, like deposit over the phone, giving him an inventory over the phone, all of this. I did every part of it, and I had no idea." "Yeah, babe, don't worry about it," Megan said. I know we've never hired professional movers before, so obviously we had no idea what to watch out for. Later on, as they're talking about that memory again, Christian brought up, "Yeah, you remember all those red flags that I didn't catch before?" Megan was like, "Yeah." Christian was like, "Well, on the plus side, at least now if we move again, we know we can hire movers from U-Haul that'll come and either load your truck or unload your truck, and we paid them like $400. It's like $350 or something, but they literally they had us unloaded in like 2 hours." "Yeah, that was great," Megan said. So Christian continued, "It's obviously we know I have the information for that moving company they contracted with to deliver our stuff, and we know that we can hire U-Haul movers from these different companies and whatever that'll show up and load us up, or unload us. So obviously all in all, I think we're in a better place now, but I just wish I knew this back then." "Well, of course," Megan said, giving him a hug. We're in a better place now. Obviously we have our stuff, so now all we can do is just move on from here, Megan said. "Yep, you're absolutely right." So as they continue to adjust and settle into their new home, Christian continued to talk publicly about those companies and spread awareness, telling people what he learned and what to watch out for, and if people were to move, where they could find good help, and people, companies they could depend on. And he was determined never to have him and his family ever go through anything like that ever again. So, for years, both Megan and Christian and their kids went on to public platforms, podcasts, public speaking events, even some TV channel news outlets basically called out the scams that were going on and to try to spread awareness and let people know. At one point, Christian got a message from Mo with Planetary Moving Service, basically saying that if he didn't stop mentioning them publicly, that he was gonna file a lawsuit against him. Christian laughed and showed that information to his attorney, and the attorney emailed Mo back and basically told him that he didn't have a case, that there was so much evidence showing all the ways that they scammed Christian and Megan out of more money than what they had agreed to, and that if he wanted to, they could file a case. But otherwise, it would be his advice to Mo to basically just drop it. And to Christian's surprise, the attorney never got a reply back from Mo. So as years went on, and Christian and Megan and the kids actually ended up having to move at least one more time, but this time they were armed with the knowledge of what they'd been through before. And so they found a reputable company that they trusted. They went through all the proper steps. Had the moving company send a representative out to their house to get them a quote, and then paid a deposit after the fact, and went through everything, and never had to experience anything quite that stressful ever again, and continued throughout the years speaking out publicly to make sure that anyone and everyone they could reach, that they could connect with, would know the proper way to go about doing a move, and would know the warning signs to watch out for. And Christian and Megan and Rose and Zoe, living in another brand new house, this time as homeowners, because they finally got their credit up there and got a down payment and actually were able to buy their first home. Settled into their new forever home, and lived happily ever after. The end. Hey guys, welcome back. You know what I always say, as always, appreciate you guys being here, and I appreciate you hanging out with me once again on another week of Storytime Friday. I hope you guys like the story. You could say it's kind of based on true events and kind of an educational one, because I'm all about, I kind of changed the names a little bit, of the companies and whatnot, but kind of based that a little bit loosely, but pretty similar in some aspects to what happened, the way things happened with me and my family when we dealt with the company we dealt with, which I guess now that I'm not on the story, good old Planet Movers in Jersey and Starline Van Lines out of Florida. Starline Van Lines is the one that I contacted initially, paid their deposit over the phone, thought that they were the movers, only to find out that they were a fucking broker. So if you're looking to move, and that's kind of why I was trying to give you guys some, as far as like what I learned, kind of to mention that in the story. Do not pay a deposit over the phone. Do not give them an inventory over the phone. Real companies, like Starline Van Lines, Planet Movers, they will send somebody out to your place. They will look at walk around They'll walk around your place, look at what you have, and will literally be able to give you an estimate based on doing a visual examination. So, but it's a big scam out there, from what I've heard, about that moving companies that are not legit will literally come out with a certain size truck that looks like basically what you're supposed to get, and then load it halfway, and then basically do what happened to us. Basically, like, oh, sir, yeah, that's all you get. That's what you paid for. And of course, they have you there all day, so like you're tired of shit. So like I was on fumes. I'd been awake like a day, almost a day at that point. It felt like, actually, by the time they had the truck half loaded, I'd been up since 7 at midnight, so I'd been up like 17 hours by midnight when they were finally like, oh yeah, we only get half the truck, blah blah blah. So it's apparently a very common thing, and I didn't know any of this until when we got up here to Missouri, and we had rented stuff from Rent-A-Center to have furniture because we had nothing. Like looking back, I should have just had them take what they had, and we should have just loaded the bedroom, 3 bedrooms upstairs, and everything we had, because we would have had bedroom sets at least. Like everybody would have had furniture in the room. We just wouldn't have had furniture in the other stuff, like couches or whatever. But they had pretty much all the main stuff, and we had to go rent bedroom sets, couches, all that fun stuff. So it's a big thing, but when we moved up here, that's literally what happened. I was like laying in bed with my wife, and I'm scrolling through, looking at Reddit stuff about moving scams. It's like, do not do this, do not do that. Like, fuck. The wife was like, what? Like, that's literally what I just did. I literally did everything that they said not to do. So, in my attempt to spread awareness to you guys, and to keep it like, I'm always about keeping it real, the bullshit, the lies, whatever. And if I could even save one person out there the hassle of going through what we went through, it'll be worth it. Hopefully I through this podcast, hopefully, and the story, because that kind of gave you guys kind of what we went through a little bit, but that hopefully I would save a lot more than just one person from having to deal with what we dealt with. But at least you can watch out for those 2 companies. Horrible experience with both of them. I mean, yes, I appreciated that the guy with Planet Movers, that he finally came down in price. It wasn't as low as it was on the story. It was actually quite a bit higher than that. But he at least came down significantly, at least. Probably from like 11,000 to like 8,000. So it was still pretty high, but thankfully we got help. So we were able to get those costs covered, so we didn't, just like in the story, both my kids were like, we're never gonna get our stuff. I was like, we're gonna get our stuff. Like, I don't know how, but we're gonna figure it out, guys. Don't worry. I was determined. You know what I always say, guys? Like if there's anything, or there's one of the things I've said about that, if there's something that you're trying, that you want to figure, that you want to accomplish, but you don't know how, like you don't know what you're gonna do, don't say, I can't do this. Tell yourself, I'm gonna figure it out. Even if it looks like it's impossible, just tell yourself, I'm gonna figure it out. And so there's been a lot of stuff in my life that I've managed to somehow accomplish, and prior to that, I was like, oh my god, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Like, I thought certain things were impossible, only to basically end up in a different part of my life and be like, I'm surprised that I actually pulled that off. So, even if you don't know how long, even if you don't know, like, what you can do to make it happen, just tell yourself, I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna get there. It's gonna be fine. And then go out there and research the hell out of it, and keep looking at options. Look at what possible plan of attack, possible action steps that you could take and just keep working on it. Just keep trying to figure it out. You don't have to have a deadline on when you're gonna figure it out. Just keep working on trying to figure it out, and you're gonna get there. So anyway, y'all, kind of an educational story. It's still a fiction story, but based on real life stuff that happened to us. But for whatever reason, me and my buddy Dave, we were talking about it recently because he's doing some books, and he incorporated some of these things that we've gone through into his books. And I was like, you know what, I think I could probably write a book about this whole moving experience. But when I was thinking recently about having to get the next Storytime Friday episode recorded, I thought I could actually do one of these Storytime Friday episodes, have it be kind of a story based on that stuff. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. But anyway, on that note, again, I appreciate you guys being here. You know what I always say, guys. Keep pushing forward, keep believing. Believe you can. Believe you will. And you're already halfway there, and then you just have to go out there and do it. We never fail unless we quit, give up, and walk away. So as long as you keep getting back up, no matter how many attempts you've failed to actually, you haven't failed, of course, but no matter how many attempts you've made, you still haven't failed unless you quit and walk away. So keep getting back up, keep fighting, keep pushing forward, keep doing what you gotta do, and you're gonna get there. Things are gonna happen. So anybody who wants to follow us on social media, you can find us on Instagram at Blodgett Show Podcasts. Anybody who wants their story read live on the show, email your story to blodgettshowpodcast@gmail.com. You can find my personal social medias for Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at TNTruckerChris. You can find me on X at CEAZFreedom. You can find me on YouTube at Christopher Blodgett, and you can find my blog that I haven't updated in a while, but I got to get back into that. But it's tntruckerchris.wordpress.com. And anybody who would love to be a donator and help, basically financially support the show, feel free to donate at blodgettshow.com/support. Every dollar basically will go towards either hosting costs or saving up towards publishing some of the short stories or getting merch out there or whatever. But basically anything and everything is appreciated and would definitely help the show. Obviously, there's a lot of plans I have for the show to make things better, but obviously it takes resources to do it, or time, or both. And obviously, doing what I currently do, I mean, I make pretty good money doing what I do, but I don't have extra too much to really contribute to try to accomplish some of the things I want to accomplish with this show as far as growing it. And I definitely don't have the time that I would like to actually make stuff happen, because I work 6 days, barely have time off on Sunday, and then but anyway, y'all, on that note, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for tuning in with me again on another week of Storytime Friday. I'm so grateful every week when I'm able to get I'm trying to keep consistent with these and keep pushing forward with these and actually get Real Talk Tuesday and Storytime Friday recorded. And obviously, whenever I might get any Keep It Real segments or Raw Chat episodes recorded, obviously I'll post those here, but not sure whenever those are going to happen. I do talk to Dave, but we haven't really connected on the Raw Chat phone line for a while, but it's all good. That's why I'm keeping it up with the Real Talk and with the Storytime Friday, because at least those are the two main segments of this show. So anyway, y'all, feel free to reach out, questions, comments, concerns at blodgettshowpodcast@gmail.com, or obviously email me your stories if you want me to read those stories on the show. Again, blodgettshowpodcast@gmail.com. Blodgettshow.com obviously is our website for the show. Still working on updating stuff on that. It's like I got the new the podcast logo, got that updated a while back, so that looks better. I'm still planning to make the site look better as well, but obviously, can only do so much. And part of what I do is that I have to get on the computer to do stuff, and that's where I'm talking to my buddy Dave from the Raw Chat segment, because he talks about getting on his when he gets home, because I think he starts the day at like 3, and he'll get home mid-afternoon-ish or whatever, and gets on his computer for a couple hours to do work on his books or whatever, and sends me stuff with links, and I'm like, yeah, I haven't been able to get on the computer because I just don't have time. Like, get home at like 7 o'clock in the morning, got to get up by 3 to get ready to head back in again. You know, say, well, you got to find time, bro. I'm like, I hear you, but that's easier said than done. Part of it is I have technically a multiple commute. I drive to Kansas City, park by Silverado, and then I commute bobtail to Lenexa, get loaded, I do my St. Louis run, St. Louis and back, and then I bobtail again back to Kansas City, and then I drive home. So there's like, see, 1, 2, 3, so 4 legs of the commute. There's driving to Kansas City and back, and there's Lenexa and back. If I didn't have to drive to Lenexa and back, if I just parked at Lenexa, I'd probably save like 2.5 hours, 3 hours of my day, but I'd be using more mileage and gas in my personal truck. So I do what I gotta do, that way I'm not spending more on gas, killing the mileage on my personal truck, instead of using the diesel in the work truck, that works for me, I guess, It just means a long-ass day or whatever, but the money's good, and, it's a set schedule, I like being on a dedicated, so I know what I'm doing every day, so hey, no complaints on my end, but I do what I can, and, obviously the intent eventually is to get to a point where full-time podcaster, got stuff on the side that I'm working on that eventually be able to be home full-time working on the podcast, doing other stuff, and having all that time freedom and financial freedom to hang out with the fam, but you gotta have goals, you gotta have things that you want in life, and basically as long as you keep working towards them and making plans, then it will happen eventually. Hell, I've been thinking recently I want to actually do a vision board, because I've heard from a couple of different sources that for people that actually did vision boards, they put stuff up there that they really wanted, but they thought that's impossible, it's not going to happen. But then they ended up with whatever it was that they were thinking was impossible. Like, oh my god, I got this job I never thought I'd get. I was like, oh wow, okay, so things can happen if you really, really want it to happen, and you can't speak negatively about it either. You can't say, yeah, it's never gonna happen. It's like that former friend D I told you guys about, like, where this sucks, that sucks, everything sucks, nothing's ever gonna get better. It's like, if you speak, how you speak about your life is how your life can turn out. Like, I'm not saying it's guaranteed it's gonna turn out negative if you speak negative, but we attract the things that we speak about. Like, if you want financial blessings or whatever, then basically, just say, like, I attract, and then fill the blank. I attract health, I attract wealth, I attract infinite abundance, I attract, whether it's, a better job, I attract such, like, I attract a better car, I attract, just being debt-free, I attract this incident, that incident happened, or whatever, I attract finding the person that I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life, whatever it is, just speak it out there, and tell yourself that even on the things that you're like, I don't know how that's gonna happen, just tell yourself, I'm gonna figure it out. But, we can all have the things we want in life, we just gotta keep pushing forward and keep working towards it, Like, from where we lived in Nashville, it's like both me and my wife, our jobs are 10 times better now than they were back there. Like, I'm on a dedicated, working 6 days a week, making probably about $700 more than I was making it when I was running in Nashville. I wasn't even making $1,000 a week back there because of losing 1 or 2 days a week. Sitting home on those days, waiting for my manager to get in touch with me to tell me what I was doing, and then I would just never hear from him. And I would text him like, hey, so, am I working tonight? He's like, oh, I'm still waiting on FedEx to get in touch. Oh, okay. So yeah, just stay by the phone. Okay. 9:30, 9:45 would come around, and I would basically like, all right, well, I guess I'm not working, because, so I would get a couple of my drinks, and I would enjoy the night. I would be, all right, I guess I'm watching Netflix and having a few adult beverages, because obviously I'm not working, so the next day I would finally work again, and then, you know, have 1 or 2 more days I'd miss. I don't miss that at all. I appreciate the manager that I work for up here. You know, he got me. I was appreciative of the Tuesday through Saturday and 2 days off, and I was going in at 2 in the morning. I appreciated that, even though, you know, money was a little bit better than what I made in Nashville, but it was a sad thing. Like, I wasn't missing days, working consistently every week. And then he got me on this dedicated. So I was like, sweet, you know, things are really come a long way and stuff. And it's all about my motto. I'm all about moving forward. No matter what it is, no matter how you know, even if you don't have the faith that things are going to turn around, moving forward, always, one step at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 week at a time, just keep moving forward. Do what you got to do. Keep trying to figure things out. Keep telling yourself you're going to figure it out, that you're going to get there, you're going to do what you're going to make, you're going to achieve what you're after, and just keep working towards it, keep moving forward. So anyway, y'all, I know I've been rambling for a little bit, so I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this week, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week on the next Real Talk Tuesday episode and the next Storytime Friday. So on that note, you guys have a great weekend. Keep being awesome. Keep doing what you gotta do. Keep that positive mindset. Keep believing that you're gonna figure it out. And I will see you guys next week. Have a good one.